Hey guys, welcome back to another Coffee with Karan review with Orange Wall TV. I'm Aisha.
I'm Zuhair.
I'm Sarah.
On that note, guys, what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, I like this episode. I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was funny. I think they tried to be funny, but I thought it was fun. Once again, we got two more guests that were from Karan's camp. So evidently he's just sticking with the people who he's comfortable with.
Yeah. And I'm going to say it right now. Varun's pants were too tight for him. He wasn't comfortable throughout.
Okay.
I liked Varun's outfit. I didn't like Sid's outfit.
Oh, I loved Sid's outfit.
Yes. Sid,
I thought Varun was wearing the clothes that he generally wears. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, I
think
agree.
that Sid was like made an effort. And Karan's jacket was nice as well.
पहली
Um,
दफा Sid good looking लगा.
मुझे
oh,
पहली
that's
दफा
very
सिड
interesting.
में कोई
I don't know why.
पर्सनालिटी लगी.
Cream
हाँ,
था.
पहली दफा Sid में personality लगी. I
हाँ.
agree. I
I
agree.
think मैं कह रही हूँ पहली
Hmm.
दफा I thought like Sid has
Hmm.
personality and maybe like Kiara has something to do with that.
I think so too.
I genuinely feel like Varun is the funniest guy in any room. He's genuinely funny and he has these little chutkulas that are actually like, they're quite funny. I think he's a funny
They're quite
guy.
funny. He was
Yeah.
being funny. I don't know if he actually was funny, but he was
Oh, no,
being
no, no,
funny.
no, no.
I What I thought about was very interesting. Is you could very clearly see that this episode was shot after Ranveer and Deepika's episode came out because all the jokes and stuff were ye my shadi todega and
A new tone.
Just make sure our relationships stay intact.
Yes.
Because you're attacking married men apparently. On
Correct.
the show.
So that was quite
Yeah.
हाँ
interesting to me.
हाँ
Like I said last time we spoke, they're listening and they're watching. Like,
agreed. And I think because
They definitely
that
are.
is correct because they didn't feature Sid and Varun didn't feature in the original guest list promo that came out. So this episode was definitely like the latest to be shot. Also, I think like Varun is. I don't think Varun was trying. I think he's genuinely just like that. Like we went to the IFAs, and he was just at every single event. He was just spontaneously funny. No script, no nothing. He was just funny.
I
Aisha,
think
what did you think of the episode?
I thought the episode was finally fun. Coffee with Karan sounded like Coffee with Karan. It wasn't boring. Even rapid fire was interesting this time. Like, the answers,
The
like
game was also
literally,
fun.
the game was also fun. And as much as I would like Karan to go out of his comfort zone with other guests, I feel like people like Varun Vagaira, I think nobody else, Karina had that with him, that, no filter. Varun
yeah,
has that.
yeah.
Alia still has a filter. Like I think there's like too much respect in that relationship.
Mm,
She
mm,
can't
mm,
give
mm,
back
mm.
the same way. I think Kajol and Rani will be fun as well because Kajol also doesn't have filter.
Hmm.
Kajol doesn't have a filter, and
At all.
Kajol and Rani, whenever they're together, yeah. Whether we're talking about like the Kuch Kuch Hota Hai event that happened 5 years ago, whether we're talking about the Coffee with Karan episode, I think season 2, they came
Yeah.
with stuff. You can tell they don't really like each other, right? They're like
Yeah,
sisters,
Kajol
cousins,
in that
but like,
season 2 episode had fangs that she was hiding behind.
uh,
Any
and I
shit
think I
happened,
think
she's
there was
like,
a I
huh?
think Rani also said, I think when she was promoting No One Killed Jessica, she came with Vidya on one season, and they said, "Oh, what's one thing you would want to ask Kajol?" And she's like, "Oh, why don't you like me?" So
Yeah.
like it's quite evident. So it'll be interesting to
It'll be
see
very
them
interesting.
together.
I was saying to Sarah on a different episode that Kajol and Rani used to always be like Kajol was the bigger star. Rani was, still like more junior and she didn't have that clout in the industry. And
Yeah.
now Rani is like Yash Raj Bahu. So
Whoa,
now I
why
think
not?
they'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
she
yeah.
has backing as well. So I think this time she will, also make her point. I don't think this
I
time Rani will
agree.
allow Kajol to, kind of bulldoze her down. She will give
Huh.
back this time.
I'm excited for that. That's one I'm excited for. I don't know.
I read somewhere that Vicky and Katrina would also come. But I don't know if they would still come after the Deepika episode. Or maybe Katrina
Yeah, yeah,
will
yeah.
now come after the Deepika episode. ऊपर ऊपर से तो सब अच्छे होते हैं but अंदर से तो थोड़ा
Yeah, maybe that'll be interesting, and I think it's also a good time for both of them to come out, right? With like Tiger 3 having done well, Vicky coming out with Sam, Bahadur. Like it's a good time. It'll be interesting if they do come.
we're back to this episode. Continuing with the same theme. What did you guys think of the Alia bite at the beginning?
Okay, so this season also you're going to talk only about Alia.
No, I. Oh, is
Is
that?
it?
Oh,
I thought it was cute. I thought it was a nice, this little nostalgic touch. I think it's no. I think it's no secret that Alia and Varun are like this, right? And they have a very good camaraderie. They've done lots of films together. And Sid and Alia have an up and down kind of a relationship, and they have a past. So, given that, I thought it was very sweet when she went and she was like, "Oh, he should sing more," and like, she was telling us more about Sid that we didn't know of.
Three facts about Sid that I'd like to share. Okay.
But she was
Yeah.
doing it in a very friendly, in a. I thought it was very sweet. I actually liked Alia in that bite more than I liked Alia in the whole of the last episode. But I liked Alia. Yeah, I thought it was sweet.
You?
Same sentiments. It was cute. It was also needed with a Varun and Sid episode. You had to have some Alia. And I know
Sure.
Karan tried pushing her in later also, like he kept trying to bring her up, but then they were not listening to him half the time, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Do
I thought
you
it
do you
was sweet.
think like did you guys notice Sid's expression when Alia was talking, especially like when she was saying he gave me Eduardo like that cat.
In fact, people run away from him at parties because
this person?
he's really good at it. Sid is a 10, but he could be a 20 if he just sings more often and more openly. I'm very thankful to Sid because he's given me my first love of my life, which was Edward.
She very clearly said, it was very intelligently said, where she was like, "Oh, I will always have a soft spot for Sid because he gave me the first love of my life." And then she paused, right? Where everyone was like, "Oh," and then she was like, "Nahi, wo kutta."
Yeah.
I was like, "Ah, okay, fine." What did you think of the fact when they were both talking about, their shadis, their respective weddings? They also spoke about their relationship with their in-laws and stuff.
I thought that was really in a way like you can tell, right? I feel like in all of these matches, one person in the family is coming, one side of the family is more exuberant, more like is different, and the other family is quieter and more traditional.
Simpler, yeah.
What did you think about like him kind of questioning Varun and saying, Varun, are you single?
No, he asked Sid if Sid was single, and Varun said, "Why are you asking a married man if he's single?" ऐसे कुछ हुआ
No,
था
he
ना?
asked Varun, why are you single?
अच्छा,
And then
I
Varun was like, how can you ask a married man a question like this? Like, of course I'm not. Like, I'm married.
But I think Karan just gets carried away, and just like how Karina said, because Karina can do no wrong. Just like how Karina said, कि वो younger generation के साथ थोड़ा over हो जाता है.
You thought that it was that. It wasn't
I
like
think it was
something
that.
where, because I've read like, blind pieces and things where it's kind of been alluded that Varun is not, Varun kind of regrets that he got married a little bit before he could really, date other people, because he'd kind of been with Natasha like his
But
entire
he had
life,
been with
right?
Natasha for so long, exactly. And I think
Yeah.
since he was, um, at least since the first he spoke about a relationship, it was about Natasha.
What did you think about Varun being asked, "Are you single?" question?
That maybe that Varun might have confided something in Karan that Karan was trying to hint at, but also I think that Karan zoned out while talking.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he just got carried away. I don't think
Yeah.
there was any. I actually recently watched the first episode with Sid, Alia, and Varun, and it was interesting that Sid spoke about this like international model or someone else who he was dating at the time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
It
that was
wasn't that
this is the
foreigner
first
from the
time.
costume department.
So this is exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, either he has a thing for foreigners, or this is the same relationship. I don't know,
But
but it was basically
no,
that was
wasn't
also a non.
Sid with the foreigner?
Yeah,
Sid
exactly.
was.
No,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the first season of Coffee with Karan,
Oh, yes, I talk
um,
about Sid, huh?
in the first season of Coffee with Karan, Sid said that he was recently single and he was dating a some foreign lady, and then in this episode there was conversations about Sid dating someone in the costume department who's also not Indian. So that was interesting. Maybe Sid has a type.
I
Interesting.
mean, Kiara's
What did
fall
you
into
guys?
acting, so maybe. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
But with Kiara, I thought it was sorry. Just going back on the whole in-laws thing, uh, it would have been interesting had Sid also mentioned something, because something that's on my mind a lot is the fact that there is an obvious social economic disparity between the two families, right? Kiara's best friends with Ishan Banu,
Yeah.
and they're family friends. So there's clearly a social economic difference, and Sid speaks about how he first took his parents to a holiday and what that was like, and when he first bought his parents' house,
Yeah.
like he's very self-made in that sense. Not to say that Kiara is not self-made, but there's I think their families come from different social economic backgrounds. So I thought it would have been interesting to get a bit of an insight on that, but I guess that's a bit too personal then.
That's why he
I
likes
I
his
let
rich
Sarah.
in-laws. Huh?
I
And
I
not
let
his
Sarah
boring
answer.
poor parents. Huh? I'm so sorry.
He's having more fun with his in-laws.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let Sarah answer that, but before that, I'd just like to appreciate Zuhair, how you actually think about Sid and life in that context. Do you give that much thought to your own life as well?
I wish I gave my own life as much thought as I give
I mean,
as
that's
the
We'd
kind
like
of
thoughts
some
like.
insight
the
into your
thoughts that
life
I have,
also.
the insights that I have on Karan Johar are way more prolific than the insights I have to my own life. I don't do enough self-reflection.
Young. Both of them, her
He's
parents
very
are very
chill.
young.
Yeah.
It's more interesting and fun to hang out with them as opposed to my parents are far more senior.
Older, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to Shadiyan, they spoke. Sid mentioned the fact that he didn't want the video to go out. And Kiara was the one, and he thought that I think he said something that he thought like, oh, it looked too staged, and it was Manish Malhotra that was
Hmm.
like, no, release karo. Um,
Huh.
I don't know if I
But
believe that.
that's it for you. No, no, I believe that. That is it for you. So when has Sid ever kind of been like a PR person? You've
Which is
never
why we
like
don't really
really,
know anything about him either.
yeah. I don't think like Sid would, really release it in a big fat way. Kiara would. You could tell that, Kiara had really painstakingly decided कि मैंने pink lehenga पहनना है with pink flowers and, sandstone
Ha ha ha.
building and all of that.
Agreed,
So I
agreed,
think
agreed.
for her, like she would have wanted to do that.
A real love story is translated into a real love story. Like the romance of Shesha has come alive in the real world. And that moment where you stood on the ramp and she walked in and she did this and you did this has gone
Which
absolutely
was not
viral.
planned. I was quite against putting the video out.
Yes, I know, but you were
full
convinced by Manish and
Credit to
Kiara.
Manish and Kiara to say that, let's put it out because I was like, it might look forced and
Okay, fair. I just think with how viral it went, it did him very well, right? It did
Yeah,
him very well. It
yeah,
did Shesha very well.
yeah.
So I just thought it was very convenient. He didn't want it, but it still did so well. But I mean, I guess वही बात है. Kiara's clearly pushing him out of his comfort zone.
Even when Karan said I'm going to ask questions on my Google Pro Pixel Pro 8, Sid immediately said, "Acha, kya kya features hai isme?" But he kind of got like spoken over. I thought that was so funny. Like Sid's also very in the moment, but he keeps that straight face. Varun will crack a joke and start laughing.
Yeah.
So you can understand that Varun's cracking a joke, but that conjunctivitis thing was
It's too
like
funny.
I cracked up.
I think
That
that
was
and the
funny.
game as well, like boating and all of that stuff. Like
Oh
I,
my god.
Ha,
Oh,
it
so I
was
had to mention before
that
with the
voting thing.
economic disparity.
Yeah.
Don't Vicky and Katrina also have the same thing?
I don't know. I don't know about Katrina's family background. I think just because we're
I
assuming she's
mean,
foreign, she's rich.
But she's been in the movies for so much now. So if nothing
ha
else,
ha
she
ha.
must have earned
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure between the two of them there might be, but families wise,
Yeah.
I'm
Families
not
wise,
sure.
because
Anyway,
ये
guys,
जबरदस्ती काम के लिए है.
I've just Wikipedia'd this. Varun
Yes, please.
Dhawan and Jawan director Atlee, they're making a film called VD18, and its release date
Oh,
is May 31st.
oh, that would be
Nice.
good. That would be
So
good.
that's
BD
so that's
18.
happened. Yeah, and then Yodha is Dharma's
Okay.
next release. No, not next, but March 15th. Sid, Disha Patani, and Sunil. Oh, produced by seduced. Produced by Karan Johar and Sunil Shetty.
God. Okay,
Yeah.
what did you
So
guys think of the rapid fire?
I agreed with Varun that Sid was asked more questions and his questions were more interesting.
Yeah.
I also agree. I think just the number of questions was more.
Yeah. And Karan's
Yeah.
like, no, they were the same. I was like, no, evidently it wasn't.
No. I think some of the questions went from Varun, he asked Sid.
Maybe there was some mistake taking place over there for sure. But yeah, Sid like you said, Aisha, Sid's personality has come out.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Karan looks at Varun with even more love now after that NMACC thing that he spoke about in the Ranveer Devega episode where Karan was having a breakdown and Varun kind of like came to his rescue. There was just a lot of like from
Love.
him to Varun, like there was a lot of
Ha.
transference going on there.
Kichichi.
Yeah.
Kijiji.
Yeah. No, that is true. I also thought that like so before the episode, I was indifferent towards Sid personality wise, and I thought Varun had a good personality. I think, but Sid has become more likable for me after the episode. I always ask
More
this
than
question like, did
Varun?
you guys?
No,
No,
she just
more
means
likable like than
Oh.
he was
versus
before.
before.
Yeah. Did you guys find them to be more likable after the episode?
I always liked Sid, but I thought he was a little fake. Like in the last
Oh.
season, when he was with Jacqueline, he was flirting with Jacqueline, and it was just all so fake. Like it was just like everyone knew he was with Kiara, but he was just playing this, oh, we can be together, blah blah blah. वो मुझे थोड़ा cheesy लगा. But this episode, I liked Sid. I like Sid and I like Varun as
I,
well. I think both of their personalities are sort of fun. I don't really have a lot of exposure of Varun Dhawan. I haven't really watched a lot of his interviews. But इसमें मुझे अच्छा लगा, sweet.
Last thoughts, guys. What did you guys? Anything else that we may have missed that
oh
you
no,
want to talk about?
one more thing when Varun was talking about like in his rapid fire when he said my dad on the mic said ये धर्मा का हीरो है ये थोड़ा नाजुक है so
That was so funny.
Sid kind of like went huh and then he like came back like because I think Sid kind of just like he was like ha like and then
Yeah.
he
No, and Karan was
realized
so
he's doing a
offended.
Dharma movie next.
That is true. That was really funny.
I
Even
really
that
like
other
that.
line was really funny. घर तोड़े क्या नाम था शर्मा जी घर तोड़े something that Varun said my that was also really funny.
I've always thought Sid. I don't like. I didn't know anything about his personality really before this. I just thought he was so. And now
So
it's kind of
boring.
like come out like very boring, and now again a little more likable.
More likable. Also, he's
Definitely.
asking. He was being asked more interesting questions. He was, he could have played it very safe with just saying, yeah, best hottest actress Kiara Advani. But he said no, Katrina Kaif. Like he's thoda
Yeah.
spice.
Being a bit exactly. And I think this time like हमेशा से with Sid ना आपको उसके सामने mic रखना पड़ता है कि सिर्फ अब आपकी बारी है अब आप कुछ बोले. This time he himself was like actually talking, which was good to see.
Yeah.
Zuhair,
They
any
didn't
last
get
thoughts from you?
the present, yeah. They didn't get the gift, like they didn't
Yeah,
get
they
the
didn't get the
winner.
gift.
That was so like first ever in coffee history. Okay,
That
you guys,
Yeah.
none of them. No. Firstly, not first ever because on Karina and Amir's episode, none of them got the hamper because they both
oh
were
Because it was
boring.
so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
oh
apparently they were so boring.
wow.
But yeah, closing thoughts, guys. I think as the season's going on, it's getting better. Um, I hope to see more people outside of Karan's clan, but I think that's asking a bit too much. I think the Bobby and Sunny was the one and only time you will get to see that this season. Um, I am excited for the next episode. I'm excited to discuss the next episode with you guys. And yeah, overall, really good. I can't wait for Sid to dye his hair back, though. I don't like this pretty boy look.
Sarah, from you, last thoughts, closing thoughts.
As much as I want to believe that the season's getting better, I just think Karan got really lucky with Sid and Varun. And because बार बार ये लग रहा था कि all of them, maybe not Sid, but Varun and Karan just wanted to put their feet up on their seats and just chat. Like both of them were just like constantly fidgeting around कि हमें करना है. So I think like maybe even with like Ajay Devgan and Rohit Shetty, they won't be that kind of comfort zone.
Do you think they released this now because they thought it was good? Like, considering it was shot afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Because constantly, even on Reddit, everywhere, everyone's saying it's gone to shit. And now this is like the revival of Coffee with Karan with this episode. It was really funny and
That's interesting.
fun.
That's really interesting. Sarah,
So,
closing thoughts? No, sorry, Aisha, closing thoughts.
Try
अच्छा
you
तो मैं
finish your
कह रही
closing thoughts?
थी कि हाँ it's becoming better.
Acha, Sash,
Oh,
chali gayi. Both
what
of
did
them
you do,
chali gayi.
Zuhair? No, she's back.
Anyway,
She's back.
Aisha, closing thoughts.
Asshole.
What was
My
that?
hands were here. I did not kick you out,
like
bro. I didn't
literally.
kick you out.
Okay, closing thoughts. Closing thoughts very quickly. I thought it was a fun episode. I really cackled and laughed after a very long time. I think for the first time this season. I like the fact that it wasn't like emotional or anything. It was just fun. Which is how I like Coffee with Karan. And on that note, we will see you next week. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Like, share, and subscribe to Orange World TV. Signing off, Aisha, Zuhair,
Zuhair.
Sarah.
And Sarah. All right.
Take care,
guys.
guys. See you. Bye.
Bye.